Sick eyes from the nose pressure. Police slip zip ties on the protesters. 6 wives in the fry of a molester. Medic caviar bar out in Odessa. Dirty needles breaking all the old records. 100 hoes, one shovel and some old treasure. OC use teeth as a gold tester. Figaro's finger waves, closet full of old leathers. Old sweaters, old boots, that's a whole suit for some cold weather. New sale, 2 L's and some.
Welcome, founder member, to the Your CardioGuru Fitness App. Our tutorial section is still being coded, and we anticipate that going live in the next 7 to 10 days, as that feature goes in at the very end of the development of the software. This is a tutorial to get you quickly started on the app. We will be emailing founder members several videos and help tutorials throughout the next 7 to 10 days. And we will also be available online to answer any of your questions. Should you have a particular problem gaining access to the app or understanding a particular screen or protocol, feel free to email me and we will get back to everybody as soon as we possibly can. So this tutorial is just going to run through the very basics of getting started. As per the terms and conditions, you will have downloaded TestFlight to your iPhone. Once you get an invitation from iTunes via your email, you will then have downloaded the Your CardioGuru app. On your iPhone, you'll find the icon as such. If you press that, you'll then get a little introductory part for the app. This will occur after you've downloaded all the assets of the app. Basically what happens is you will download about 600 megabytes of the app so that you have the app quickly downloaded to your phone. And then once you're in a Wi-Fi area, you'll download the rest of the app, which is approximately 1.5 gig. We are going to be reducing that and compressing that over the next several weeks, but our app is quite extensive in the way that it's built because it's obviously optimized per user. We're taking a lot of data, we're using a lot of systematic equations, and we're very visual in the way that the app has been developed in terms of video and graphics. But I don't think you'll need any other fitness apps on your phone, so you can delete those and just put Your CardioGuru on and you'll have the relevant space. Okay, so when you come into the app for the first time, it's the screen that you'll see. You can add your photograph here just by pressing the button. Let the app accept your camera. Press OK, and you can either take a photograph or you can access your camera file. You can sign in via social media or you can sign in via an email address. With many of these apps, signing in social media, just what I've experienced, is not as stable as signing in by an email address. Okay, so my preference is to press towards the bottom here and sign up. Okay, so if you select enter your email, you put the email address here, choose a username and choose a password. Try not to forget them, but if you do, we've got a procedure to obviously get you back into the app. So I'm just going to sign through, or you can sign in through social media. The first screen you're going to see is Let's Begin. This may have changed by the time that you get your download. We are making changes constantly over the next week or so. Just so you know, these videos that are popping up, they're not the final videos. They'll eventually be virtual coach videos. But what we're doing, we're just getting some coding information back about the sound quality and the look and how visible they are inside the circle, so don't pay too much attention to that. Press Let's Begin, find quite familiar in most fitness apps, and that's your basic personal information. Lots of apps will extract this from your social media profile or any other data that they've got held on you. We don't. The reason why is it's important to understand that this app is different to any other. So this section of the app that you're going through now, you need to take the time out and spend a good 10 minutes being accurate as possible. Because what we're trying to do is we're trying to make each workout efficient and effective and specific to you. And we can only do that by having your baseline information as accurate as possible. So imagine this being a fitness assessment. So if you came to me as a client for the first time, I wouldn't just put you straight on the gym floor. I'd have to make an assessment of who you are, what you wanted, what your experience is, and how fit you are. And this is what the app is doing. A key feature of the software is that every 7 days it will invite you to re-enter your weight, your body fat, and invite you to a fitness test. This is to ensure that the app is kept up to date, so therefore your training zones and your analytics and the equations that we use are up to date and current for the physiological condition of your body. Okay? So the first thing you'll do is obviously enter your name. I'm just going to abbreviate part of this. You put your height. You select the metrics that you want. I'm 6'4". Weight. I'm just put about 100 kilos. My age, unfortunately, I'm 40. Okay, your sex, you're either a male or female, obviously. If you're female, what will happen at this stage is that the app will recalibrate the way that it accumulates information, the way that it calculates data performance, and it will also turn a lot of the screens pink. Okay, obviously I'm a male, so that's not going to happen, but if you have a pink screen, that's why, because you've entered female. Okay, the activity is quite important. What we've done here is there's something called the Harrison-Benedict formula, which basically assists with equating how many calories you're expending in a day, or how many calories you need to expend in a day. So what we're trying to do here is, if you're a starter or a casual, then you're going to be worked and targeted less hard and less frequently than if you're a demigod or guru. Okay, most of you will probably start off on this section here regular, and feel free to come back into this section, and as you progress upwards, add a higher category. Conversely, if you get injured or recovered, or you haven't trained for a while, then go backwards, because the app will set you targets and training goals based quite heavily on this section. I'm going to put demigod for now. The guru section at the end you have to be invited to. Your target, this is just to assist with the app with knowing what you want from it. Okay, I'm going to put fat loss. That's pretty simple. Press save and continue. Make sure you're in a Wi-Fi or a 3G area, okay, because it's quite important, because this information is filed in the cloud. So what we've done here, first of all, I'm trying to explain a lot of this as we go along audioly. If you don't want to hear it, just press pause. We've also got more information by pressing the speaker button just here. Okay. So resting heart rate. If you're more advanced, you probably know what this is. In my instance, I know that I'm at about 38 beats per minute. You might not know. Two things happen. Whenever you press I'm not sure, or the app picks up throughout the application that you're hesitating, or you're unsure, or you're frequently kind of selecting the same button, it will send you via email what we call an educational shot, and that is to try and empower you with the information to understand what is going on physiologically with your body and why we're doing and asking certain things. The more you understand, the more accurate the information will be. The more accurate the information, the better and more efficient you'll be trained. Now, your resting heart rate, this ideally should take place in the morning, and the best way to do this is to connect your Bluetooth device, which I'm going to show you in a moment. In the morning, take a reading for 60 seconds. Okay. If you don't know your resting heart rate, a good point to put down, just so you get over the first training session, is approximately 70 to 80 beats per minute. Okay, that's where most people will kind of stand. So make sure you put a figure here. I'm just going to put mine. Press next. Body fat percentage, same protocol. If you don't know, I'm not sure. And what we do here, it'd be different measurements for male and female, and we take circumference measurements off of you, and we put it into an equation that's used by the US Navy, and it's quite accurate in predicting an estimate of what your body fat is. But again, if you do that, you'll get sent an educational short email of how to get a more accurate reading. Okay. Next again, maximum heart rate. If you don't know this, press I'm not sure, and the app, it won't use the 220 minus your age. It will use a more advanced equation set by an expert called Sally Edwards. Okay, it's important we get your maximum heart rate because it really assists us alongside your resting heart rate of setting training zones. Now in the app, if you start to progressively get fitter and train harder, you might find that you go over what the figure is here. That's good. The app will record that, it will announce that, and it will file it in this section. And that's what we're trying to do with the app. All this information is what we call baseline, it's a starting point, and the app through coding will look and analyse your workouts and progressively fine-tune your training efficiency. Okay. Press next. VO2 max is basically how fit you are against the entire fitness population, and it's basically the most accurate way of getting this is via a laboratory, but there's a mathematical equation that's fairly accurate, but again what we have is we have fitness tests within the app that are more accurate, and you can take one of those and get an accurate reading. Okay, if you're not sure, just press I'm not sure. Now this has come up to 2745. I wanted to show you this, and the reason why is because if we go backwards, previous, we haven't put in our resting heart rate. Okay, so we just need to enter that again. Now we go into the VO2 max, I'm not sure, and it will come up with an estimate. Okay, press save. That will go to first. Okay, and it will give you three stats. One is the amount of calories that you burnt in the previous session or sessions, and then it will give you the percentage of time that you spent in the targeted heart rate zones, and it will give you your percentage of how hard you worked against your personal engine, your fitness engine. So that's basically, we estimate how fit you are with a percentage being 100, and we take a fitness marker every 20th of a second, and it's quite accurate, and then we mean average that out, and we give a percentage score, and that can really indicate quite heavily how hard you've trained. Now if your heart rate training in session intensity is low, then your VO2 intensity will be potentially low, and if you want to increase that, then you increase the amount of time you should spend in the targeted zone. Let's do this. This is another section that's important. You will also find a lot of these sliders coming through which are giving assistance. Okay, and what you can do is do not show again if they begin to annoy you. This screen is designed to give a balance to the app. Okay, so first of all, we want to know whether you're fed or fasted, and that helps us predict the amount of energy that you're burning and how much fat you're torching in a workout. And we want to know whether you're happy and how high or low your energy levels are. If you've got low energy and you're feeling not so great, then the app isn't going to work you as hard if you feel excellent and you're winning and you're in a fed state. Okay, so it's about giving wholeness to your well-being and not just focusing on losing fat and getting fit at any cost. Okay, so it's important that you answer these as accurately as possible, because the app will work you harder or less hard depending on how you answer. Press continue. Top right hand button here is always your setting menu. Okay, press that. Okay, so as I've mentioned, there's some screens that are kind of coded, but there's some enhancements and graphics, etc., which will most likely be done within the next 7 to 10 days. But my fitness profile, if we press that, update my fitness data, that will take us to the screens we've previously gone through. And then we've got things like set my audio coaching, which basically you can dictate how much volume is coming through your earpiece and how that is split between your training tracks and the coach, which is obviously me. Okay, press back button. Okay, now this is quite important. Tell my coach, open up the menu. And what to do here is to enter your email address or the email address of your coach. And at the end of each workout, what will happen is an analytics email will be generated and sent out immediately. So your coach will know whether you've trained, you can review the email and see how hard you've trained and how well you've done. Okay? Press return, press save, that will go to the server and upload. Put that down. Okay, press the back button. Bluetooth certain factors that dictate how heart rate monitors get connected to a fitness app. The overriding one is that an HRM, it has to be Bluetooth, can only be connected to one app at a time. So if you, for instance, got the Polar H7 and you've got the Polar app and you've still got it connected, you can't connect to Your CardioGuru. You have to disengage. Some apps you will need to delete. They just kind of auto-connect the HRM and they play about with it, okay? So this explains it quite in depth. Close it down. But in short, what you'll find, your HRM is on Bluetooth. You'll see your HRM here. You turn this from an X to a tick, and now that's connected. Most apps after this point will auto pair once you go back into the app. Some won't, and that's not a coding issue at our end. It's just the way that they are produced. Okay, so you will have to go back into this section. Well, there's a shortcut when you go into a workout to re-sync your app, okay, with an HRM. Press back button, and press back button again. We have certain features that are quite good. One is the coaching zone. This is not finished, but what this is going to be having on board here is a breakdown and a subsection of every element of the app, okay, with video tuition. What we do have mostly coded is what we're trying to do, what to look out for on your body and how to train correctly. And knowledge is always power. So a lot of people get confused exactly what HIIT is, what fat max is. So at your leisure, just press say HIIT, and we've written decent articles and content that are not too complicated, but they have a little bit of science just to give you a feel for what is happening physiologically with your body and why. Press the back button. We'll also see throughout the app different companies that we've partnered with. In this instance, we've partnered with Biosynergy, and what we've done is we have taken the best fitness brands that we feel offer the most benefit. We, as a company or individually, do not get a financial kickback, and what we've done is we've passed the maximum amount of discount directly on to you, the user. What you'll probably find is that if you take in supplements, like most people do, and you might rent a piece of equipment and you might buy some clothing, you'll get your founder membership back inside the first couple of months in the saving. Okay, so these brands, we've got many on board, and we're bringing more and more brands on board as the app heads towards its final destination of App Store launch. Okay, what you'll find is that you can't buy or book a service any other way to get the discount that's maximised other than through the app. So you'd obviously press find out more here, and you could buy this live via the app. It helps protect the retailer, and it helps give you the exclusive deal that we've negotiated. Press back button. We've also got things like your social connect and diaries, and they're kind of things that we will be kind of broadcasting through social media and emails, and they're being coded more extensively over the next few days. Press done, and this will take you back to your main profile screen within the app.
Sick eyes from the nose pressure. Release slip zip ties on the protesters. The 6 wives in the